Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. If you can do me a huge favour, leave a like on this video before we get into it. But let's get straight into the news, and we're seeing an article today released suggesting that Chelsea are going to make their formal bid for Kounde today. And that's how this week is going to start. Chelsea are going in for Kounde. We know that it was sort of held up, it was stalled due to the Lukaku deal. That was taking its time, and Chelsea wanted to make sure that that got done. Striker was definitely the area that Chelsea needed to strengthen the most, so it makes sense. But now that that is sorted, they're looking to go through and sign Jules Kounde. Now, we also have a report that's come out to say that Chelsea and West Ham have agreed a £26 million fee for Zouma. That is a verbal agreement. That's nothing majorly, it's not set in stone. It's not like he's going to have his medical, because there are issues in that deal. We're seeing that Zouma is asking for, I think, more than what he's being paid at Chelsea, which is around £125,000 a week. He's looking to basically be West Ham's top paid player. And I suppose you can't really argue too much with him. He's got a contract at Chelsea. He's being paid here. He's not going to want to take a pay cut to move to a lesser club as well. So it's understandable. You could argue maybe he should be wanting to move to get more playing time and such. But, as a fan, maybe we're just not seeing the picture that he's seeing here. So maybe the situation resolves around Kounde is Zouma probably needs to leave. It looks like we're selling Costa. There's a bunch of others that have been, that have already left and probably will still be leaving this transfer window. But Kounde is reluctant to sign a contract unless he has been promised first team football, or regular football at least. And at the moment, you guys probably know if you've been here before, I'm not entirely convinced that we should be signing Jules Kounde. I understand that the contracts are running out on Rudiger and Christensen. I'm hoping they will both end up signing new contracts. But for now, they haven't signed, so maybe the club are looking out there to make sure that even if they don't sign, we've got a good defender on our hands for when they move on. Thiago Silva, Aspi, they're both aging, so I can see the logic behind it. I absolutely can. It's just this summer, I don't think a centre-back is the priority. Christensen, Rudiger, Aspi, Thiago Silva, Zouma currently still there, Trevor Chalobah, that's 6 already, and Ethan Ampadu is in the squad, he's a 7th. I know we play a 3 at the back, but that just seems excessive to me to be adding Kounde to that. So sure, if you remove Zouma and add Kounde in, then sure, it's back to a regular 7, it's not like we're adding an 8th. But that still feels like too much for me, and I'm worried that we're going to have so many players here that are capable of playing centre-back, but aren't going to be able to play. And whether that upsets the dressing room, that has people unhappy, that's not what you want in this club environment. We've got a great group at the moment. They're so positive, they're so together, that I really don't think Chelsea should be prioritising this deal. But they obviously know what they're doing. They've maybe got a better idea than I do of the contract situation of those other two. So maybe they really do think this is a priority for Chelsea to get over the line. So it looks like Chelsea are going to be going in with a bid today. In the next few hours is the report. So we'll see what that bid is, what Sevilla are thinking about it. I would hope that Chelsea are going to go in with a very strong bid to start off with, because there's not much time left in this transfer window. If we're going to get him, I would have rather got him during pre-season or pre-season, because it gives them time to integrate into the team. So a bit annoyed that it's being left this late, but it is what it is. It looks like Chelsea are going in for him still. Then we had news that broke in the early hours of today saying that Camavinga, the midfielder, young talent that is currently at Rennes, I believe he's at. Yeah, it's Rennes. He has been placed on the transfer list because he is unwilling to sign a new contract. Understandably, I'm sure he has bigger aspirations. He should be playing for a Champions League club. He's got a bright future ahead of him. And anyone that knows about this player will know that this is very, very true. This guy is going to be a great midfielder. Very physical, very good on the ball, good tackler of the ball. So overall, going to be a very strong player in his career. He's been placed on the transfer list. Now, I don't know what the fee is there. I don't know what Rennes are demanding that gets paid for him, but because he's not signing a new contract, they're saying, right, fine, we'll cut our losses now. You can go if you can find a club in the next, 9-10 days, something like that. So, should Chelsea be going for him? We've seen glimpses of interest in the past when it comes to some articles based on this transfer, but nothing major. Personally, for me, you got Camavinga and Tchouaméni, kind of similar players. A lot of people are just going to say go for Tchouaméni. They've seen a lot more of him probably. and expect that Tchouaméni will do a good job at Chelsea. I do think he will do good at Chelsea if he joins. But you've also now got Camavinga available. He's been transfer listed, and this could make a bit of a debate in the Chelsea, camp at the moment. They could be thinking, okay, we could go Tchouaméni, but this guy's on the transfer list. We might be able to get him for a good fee. And if you take a look at his characteristics, his strengths, very strong in tackling, strong in concentration, no weaknesses. His style of play is he gets fouled often, likes to tackle, and commits fouls often. So he's, I'm not saying he's anywhere near Kante's ability yet. I do not think that's the case, but he is a lot more physical. He's 6'3", maybe something like that. He's a very tall guy, and he's great, defensive side of the midfield. So personally for me, I might be leaning a bit more towards Camavinga. Now that might be an unpopular opinion. I'm intrigued to see what you guys think. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, what do you think? But this one really is intriguing me. I could see this one being a debate in that Chelsea boardroom. Do we switch to this guy now? Because Tchouaméni transfer could be a bit of an issue. Whereas Camavinga is available now. He's 18 years old, so he's one for the future, absolutely. He could be the next, I'm not saying he will be the next Kante, but he could take over from Kante's role in this Chelsea team as he ages, as these injuries become more of a problem. We could see Camavinga step into that role. So for me, I'm fine with this transfer. If we go towards Camavinga, it's very possible we just stick with Tchouaméni though, and I'm fine with that too. Then, as I did allude to earlier, it looks like Zappacosta is heading out of the club. He's going to Atalanta. I believe he's set to have his medicals in the near future, so it looks like Zappacosta will be moving on. That's a little bit more cash raised by Chelsea this transfer window, and will go a long way. We already haven't spent money because we've sold so many players, and we've already bought Lukaku. So I'm pretty sure we are currently minus net spend. We haven't spent money this window, and we're going to look to bring in a Tchouaméni, a Camavinga, or a Jules Kounde, or possibly one of the two midfielders and Jules Kounde. So Chelsea really could be on for a great transfer window. Yes, we sold a lot of youth prospects that might come good. We do have buyback clauses in some of them, so it might not be the worst thing in the world for all of them. But overall, Chelsea are getting rid of a lot of deadwood in this team, and I'm very happy to see that happening finally. That's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like on it. It helps spread my videos out to the world, and I really appreciate that. Subscribe so you stay up to date with all my future videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.